Good morning. I read this quote this morning. Incredible change happens in your life when you decide to take control over what you do have power over rather than what you don't. And this is I think it's day 7. I don't know if you can see the change. Well, here, let me move down here a little bit. But I can see it. I can feel it. I feel like I have less hanging off of me. Yep, I still have a ways to go because, I've got stuff you can grab here. Used to have a lot less of that, but I've taken control over what I do have the power to change. Sometimes I put this quote on my Facebook page that says, don't stress over the things that you have no power over. In other words, an example, all right? Some people listen to the news and they just get all twisted up inside and upset and concerned and worried. You know what? If you have control over any of the stuff you're hearing on the news, do what you can. But for the most part, listening to the news these days especially, for a lot of people, is an emotional workout that twists you up and swings you around, and if it lets go of you, it whams you down. Sometimes it just keeps you swinging around, and it even gets you feeling upset with other people. Why did they think that? Why did they do that? What's wrong with them? There's so much in your life that you can control, and if you can control something, you can help shape it into something that will do you good, make you happy, move you towards a goal in your life. Do you have a goal in your life? I think for most of us, for most people, without even thinking about it, their goal is to be happy. I don't care if it's the homeless person on the street who's maybe using drugs and is all dirty and has gotten to the point where they don't even care, where they're sleeping at night and they're carrying their stuff around in little bags, or the person who is extremely wealthy and donating to all the homeless charities, or extremely wealthy and doing whatever they want, doing stuff only for themselves. Everybody wants to be happy, and they're trying to find a way to be happy. The way to be happy is to take control over the things that you have control over and stop getting all involved and worried over the things you don't have control over. So I have control over learning how to control my emotions and my urges, over what I put in my mouth, over how much liquid I drink. And I don't mean alcohol, I mean, water-based things, and like water. When I go to bed and when I get up. Did I say how much I move around? I have control over the kind of people that I want to hang around with. And, are they uplifting people? Are they negative complainers? I have control over my mindset, my attitude. So, you have control over these very same things too. Pretty much the same things anyway. And making the right kind of choices. Oh, thought I heard some cats outside. It's the little kids next door. Sorry, because Grayson kind of got up and went to look out the window. Anyhow, so yeah, what was I saying? That let's be the dominant force in your life. That's what I'm saying. Okay, I am trying to be the dominant force in my life by taking control over things, not being whipped around by stuff that affects my emotions in a negative way, and not being whipped around by my emotions. It's okay, buddy. It's okay. Oh my goodness, apparently he doesn't feel like it's okay. Grayson, come here. Come here, my buddy. Yeah. Why don't you go eat your breakfast, okay? Go eat your breakfast. Here, come here so at least people can see you. Come here. Are you a happy doggy? Good boy. Okay. Anyway, so let me make some coffee here. Last night, speaking about being, taking control over the things that you can control, I did something it wasn't the best choice last night. Sometimes we make choices that may not be that good. I was listening to this audio book, and oh my goodness, that thing had just hooked me in. I spent the whole afternoon listening to it, and I wanted to hear what happened next in the story. I stayed up till 1 in the morning listening to this thing. It was the best book, had the worst, most disappointing ending. Oh my gosh. Well, anyway, it's very interesting, called Mrs. Wiggins by Mary Monroe. So, very intriguing, engaging book. Hearing the audio book was just fantastic. Oh, but the ending stunk. Anyway, so after it ended, I felt like I wanted to get up and yell at the author. How could you do this? How could you let it end this way? You're copping out. Anyhow, so I was awake. So, of course, I was hungry. So I fixed myself a cup of coffee. And I know that sounds so weird, to fix a cup of coffee in the middle of the night. But it felt like I was taking in something substantial, not just, like water or Crystal Light kind of stuff or something like that. It was almost like having a food because of the, texture on the tongue and the taste, the flavor and everything. And, I fell asleep then. So anyhow, when I was done, I stuck my cup in the fridge, so I'll use that same cup this morning. So that's why I'm starting off with a used looking cup. Okay, so I know. I mean, I haven't even thought about my coffee yet because I gotta tell you, when I went outside this morning, it is actually cool outside and the humidity is at the perfect level. It's just right. It's not too dry, it's not too damp. It actually makes you feel like, wow, fall and winter will eventually come. This is the first cool morning we've had. Oh, it feels freeing and energizing. Well, anyway, I actually thought, wow, one of these days I'm going to have to wear a sweater outside. Okay, let me get some milk here. Alrighty. And I've got my new clove candle burning, and I've got my sand picture and my little colored dripper thing here. Can you see that? These things are so much fun. I really like watching them. They calm me down. Okay. Just a little bit of milk. I'm going to put just a tiny bit more. Okay. Now then, my favorite coffee, double espresso scuro dark. This is a dark and intense double espresso. It only makes 2.7 ounces. So I am going to run it through my machine twice. And of course, you know, the first run through is what gets most of the flavor, well, I say brewed out of the coffee, but what this machine does is it spins that little capsule around at a really high speed and forces the water through it. So it's kind of like making espresso, you know, where you're actually using manual pressure to press that water through the coffee grounds. Well, this is pressing it through by spinning it really fast. So, here it goes. And like I said, most of the flavor is going to come in the first go round. The second go round pretty much is, you know, just going to be adding very lightly flavored coffee or lightly brewed coffee with hot water. I mean, I could just run it through once and add hot water, but it's easier to do it this way. Some of the Nespresso machines actually have a separate hot water spout that you can press, and it just puts plain old hot water in. Like if you want to make, say, an Americano, which is when you have an espresso, a single espresso, and then you add hot water and milk to it. Okay, one more push. Oh, so, yeah. I know. I get excited over stuff like this, but look, isn't it a lot like the sand picture? I mean, in all honesty, it's like the sand picture. Sand picture is slowly dripping down and forming layers. This is dripping down and forming layers. So you know what this reminds me of? I know I'm just doing a lot of talking this morning, aren't I? I haven't even had any coffee yet. It reminds me of, okay, look at this. So this is a painting I did, I don't know, year and a half ago or something. And see how there's just like some layers of paint. I mean, it looks like this is sand, right, on the beach. That's just the white paper. And the reason it looks like sand is because I put some color there. Maybe this tells you why I'm fascinated by this sort of stuff. You know, it looks like a mountain scene or something. And why I like this kind of thing. And why I like looking at this too. Well, anyway, let me turn that light out for you. So, if you want to have a happier life, take control over the things that you have control over. And don't stress over the things that you cannot control, because it's not going to change anything in your life. It's just going to make you feel bad. And I just want to end this by saying, you know, I'm a health coach, and I am using my program that I originally lost weight on, and then I started coaching people in, because it made such a dramatic change in my life. I'm using my same program to take off some weight that, you know, I guess we call it COVID weight. We can call it that. And to get back into some healthy habits that I had let slide, and to deal with some reasons that I eat that I had never had an opportunity to deal with before. And, you know, it's working. Today is day 7. So tomorrow I'll weigh myself and see how much I've lost in 1 week. So far, I think I've lost maybe about 4.5 pounds or so. And, you know, you may say, that's not very much. But I can so feel the difference. And I can walk more easily and, just move my legs around. And I don't feel like things are going ba-bum, ba-bum, ba-bum when I'm walking. Because I think I lost a lot of the weight around my middle and some on my thighs. And the other thing I want to say is, as a health coach, normally I don't offer scholarships for people who'd like to try the program for a month, but my company is offering $50 off for new clients to try the program for a month. And I am adding another $50 into that, so $100 off. That's like, I don't know, about 25% off or more of the price of the program. So, if it's been cost that's been preventing you, shh, hush puppy, come here. Let's talk about it. And if it's been feeling like you've tried everything, and you just cannot control your weight, you cannot lose weight. Let's talk about that too, because I have coached so many people, and I know of so many other people on the program who once felt that way, and they found out differently, because this is a very unique program. It's not a diet. It's kind of a personal development program with a weight loss component. On my Facebook page, I have an album called Transformations. And if you look through that album, it has a lot of pictures, and click on the pictures and you'll read short stories or testimonies by these people. And you may look on there, you may find someone who kind of looks like you or has your shape or perhaps has your problems. Maybe you have Hashimoto's or PCOS, or you're over 50, or you have low thyroid, or any number of problems. Your whole family has always been big. Any kind of problem where you feel like, no, it's just really hard or impossible for me to lose weight. Let me help you think through that again, because there are a lot of situations where people feel like they can't possibly lose weight, and you can. Let me show you some pictures of how I used to look for a lot of my life. See that? There I am. Look at that. And here I am. And there I am. And there I am. I was a pretty hefty gal. Well, anyway, so let's at least talk about what my program can do for you. Because for a lot of people who are not at their healthy weight, just losing even 5 or 10% of your weight can dramatically improve your health. Coming off maybe some medications like for diabetes or blood pressure or cholesterol, stuff like that, and making you just feel better. Do you think I feel good? I know there are a lot of people who listen to me because they think that I sound positive and happy and, lively. It's because of my lifestyle, and a lot of that really has to do with, it has to do with all the habits of health, my eating, my sleeping, when I don't stay up till 1 a.m, my hydration, drinking water, my motion, my surroundings, having healthy surroundings of people, and, I don't keep all sorts of fattening foods around. Of course, you can get fat eating healthy foods too, right? But my program offers you a health coach. the support of a community of people who are also trying to make their lives healthier. Education. And also really healthy foods that are low calorie, low fat, low sodium, have a really good ratio of carbohydrate to protein, have 24 vitamins and minerals and probiotics. And after you reach whatever weight it is you want to reach, we help you transition back to all regular food. I'm gonna go drink my coffee. I didn't plan to talk this long. Oh, I hope I didn't just talk your ear off. Anyway, get in touch. And make good choices today. Don't stress over the things you cannot control.